Let me tell you something, what nobody else tell you. It's not about being good, looking rich, or even smart. If you want any woman to fall for you, you have to master yourself first. And here's the truth. Most men are falling at this. Forget everything you've been told about dating. It's not about expensive gifts or looking like the guy in the magazine. What really pulls women in is your emotional strength, your ability to stay calm, centered, and unshakable. And believe me, if you don't get this right, no amount of pickup lines or confidence tips will help you. In fact, they'll probably hurt your chances. If you've ever felt ignored, rejected, or overlooked by women, it's because they see something you're missing. You don't control yourself, and that's why text walking away. But good news, I have the answer for you. How? Nobody else will. It's not about looks, money, or intelligence. If you've ever been told that the secret to making someone fall in love is in how you look or what you own, then you've been misled. Women, like men, are drawn to something much deeper than surface-level attraction. You see, it's not about showing off or trying to impress. What really pulls people in is something most men overlook: emotional mastery. Now let's think about this for a second. How many times have you tried to impress someone by looking your best, only to feel like it didn't matter? Maybe you wore your best outfit, styled your hair perfectly, or spent hours trying to look like the guy in the magazines. But even after all that effort, the connection just wasn't there. And that's because real attraction doesn't come from the outside, it comes from within. Ask yourself, how do you feel when you're around someone who seems confident, grounded, and secure? It's like they have this magnetic pull, right? You can't help but feel drawn to them because they're calm, composed, and in control of themselves. That's the essence of emotional mastery. And that's what we're going to explore deeply in this journey. Why emotional strength is irresistible. Ever wonder why some guys just seem to attract women without even trying? It's not magic, it's emotional strength. And guess what? You can learn it too. So what exactly is emotional strength? It's the ability to stay calm, grounded, and in control of your emotions, no matter what's happening around you. Think about it like this. Life is full of chaos, distractions, and challenges. Every day we're faced with situations that can either throw us off balance or help us grow. But the key difference between someone who attracts love effortlessly and someone who struggles is how they handle these challenges. Imagine you're on a date and something doesn't go according to plan. Maybe the restaurant you wanted to go to is fully booked, or maybe the conversation isn't flowing the way you hoped. Do you panic? Do you start doubting yourself? Or do you stay calm, laugh it off, and find a way to make the best of the situation? Women notice how you react in these moments. They're not looking for perfection, they're looking for emotional stability. Someone who doesn't crumble under pressure. Someone who can roll with the punches and keep things light and fun, even when things aren't going perfectly. And here's the truth. When you can show emotional strength, you automatically become more attractive. It's like a superpower, because in a world where everyone's so quick to react emotionally, the person who can stay grounded stands out. Say this, and he will see you differently. If you want him to see you in a new light, it's not about changing who you are, but about revealing what's already inside you. Now let's talk about words. Words have immense power. They can build connections, deepen bonds, and even change the way someone sees you. But here's the thing. It's not just about what you say. It's about how you say it and where it's coming from. Imagine telling someone, "I see you." It's such a simple phrase, right? But those 3 words can have a huge impact if they're said from a place of genuine understanding. When you tell someone, "I see you," you're not just commenting on their physical presence. You're telling them that you see their essence, the person behind the face they show the world. And when someone feels seen, it creates an emotional connection that goes far beyond attraction. This is where emotional mastery comes in again. Because to truly see someone, you have to be in control of your own emotions first. You can't be clouded by your own insecurities or fears. When you're grounded and secure, you can look at someone else and say, "I see who you are. I understand you." And trust me, that's one of the most powerful things you can say. Understanding what he needs, emotional connection. It's not about what he says he wants. It's about what he truly needs. Can you see beyond the surface? Here's something most people don't talk about enough. Men, like women, have emotional needs. But many men aren't always good at expressing those needs openly. Maybe he tells you he wants a fun, carefree relationship, but what he's really looking for is someone who makes him feel safe emotionally. Emotional safety is something we all crave, even if we don't say it out loud. So how do you provide that emotional safety? It's not about solving all his problems or being his therapist. It's about creating an environment where he feels comfortable being vulnerable. This means not judging him when he opens up, not making him feel weak for having emotions, and being there for him when life gets tough. Think about it this way. When you make someone feel emotionally safe, they'll want to be around you more. They'll crave that feeling of comfort and security because it's rare. And once someone feels emotionally connected to you, the bond becomes almost unbreakable. The most powerful thing you can say. Sometimes, the simplest words can have the deepest impact. Are you ready to say the one thing that will make him see you differently? So what's the most powerful thing you can say to him? It's not some grand declaration of love or a clever pickup line. It's simply this: I understand you. Think about it. How often do people truly feel understood? In today's fast-paced world, we're all so focused on getting our own points across that we rarely take the time to truly listen to and understand others. When you tell someone, I understand you, and you genuinely mean it, you're telling them that you see beyond the surface. You see who they really are, their fears, their desires, their dreams. And that's incredibly powerful. When you make someone feel understood, you create a connection that goes beyond the superficial. It's not just about being there for the good times, it's about being there for the hard times too. And when you can show someone that you understand them on a deep emotional level, they'll start to see you differently. Why walking away is sometimes the strongest move. It sounds counterintuitive, but sometimes the best thing you can do is walk away. Why? Because it shows you know your worth. Here's something that might surprise you. Walking away from someone can sometimes be the most powerful move you can make. Why? Because it shows that you value yourself enough not to settle for less than you deserve. It shows that you have boundaries and that you won't tolerate being treated poorly. When you walk away from a situation where you're not being valued or respected, you're sending a clear message. I know my worth. And let me tell you, that's incredibly attractive. It's not about playing games or trying to manipulate someone into chasing you. It's about genuinely knowing that you deserve better and having the strength to walk away from anything that doesn't align with that. Think about the times you've seen someone who seems totally at peace with themselves, even when things don't go their way. There's something magnetic about that energy. And when you walk away from a situation with grace and confidence, you're showing that you don't need validation from anyone else. You're enough on your own. And that's powerful. What now? Take control of your story. So, are you ready to step into your power and create the kind of love you deserve? It all starts with you. At the end of the day, the secret to making someone fall in love with you isn't about manipulating them or trying to be someone you're not. It's about stepping into your power, mastering your emotions, and showing up as your authentic self. When you do that, love will follow naturally. So, what's the next step? It's time to take control of your story. Stop waiting for someone to see your worth. Start showing it. When you become emotionally strong, grounded, and secure in yourself, the right person will be drawn to you effortlessly. It's not about chasing love, it's about becoming the kind of person who attracts love naturally. If you've been struggling in your love life, it's time to take action. Stop waiting for someone to see your worth. Start showing it. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear this message. And remember, love starts with you. When you learn to master your emotions, you become irresistible. So, what are you waiting for? Take control of your story today. The key to long-lasting attraction: emotional availability. Why do some people seem to effortlessly maintain relationships, while others struggle to keep the spark alive? The answer lies in emotional availability. Have you ever been in a situation where everything seemed to be going great at first? Amazing chemistry, shared interests, exciting dates, but somewhere along the way, things just fizzled out. Maybe the connection that was once strong became distant, or the excitement started to fade. The reason this happens, more often than not, is a lack of emotional availability. Emotional availability isn't just about being open to love. It's about being open to the ups and downs that come with it. It's about being vulnerable, allowing yourself to truly connect with someone on a deeper level, and being willing to stay open even when things get tough. Many people guard their emotions, either out of fear of rejection or a desire to avoid getting hurt. But in doing so, they also block the deep, meaningful connections that lead to lasting love. When you show emotional availability, you're telling the other person, "I'm here, I'm present, and I'm willing to invest in this connection." It's not about being perfect, it's about being real. It's about letting the other person see you for who you are, flaws, insecurities, and all, and being open to seeing them in the same way. Ask yourself, am I emotionally available in my relationships? Am I open to the possibility of being vulnerable, even when it scares me? If the answer is no, that might be where the disconnect is happening. The good news? You can work on this. By practicing vulnerability in small ways, whether it's through honest conversations or simply being present when you're with someone, you can build emotional availability and strengthen your connections. Confidence isn't loud, it's silent and steady. Confidence is attractive, but not in the way you think. It's not about being the loudest person in the room, it's about being the most grounded. When we think of confidence, we often picture someone who's outgoing, assertive, and charismatic. But true confidence isn't about being the center of attention. It's about being comfortable with who you are, even when no one is watching. It's about knowing your worth without needing external validation. There's a quiet kind of confidence that's far more powerful than the flashy, attention-seeking kind. It's the confidence of someone who doesn't need to prove themselves to anyone, because they already know their value. When you carry this kind of energy, it radiates outwards, and people naturally gravitate towards you. They're drawn to your stability, your calmness, and your unwavering sense of self. Think about the most confident person you know. Chances are, they don't shout about their achievements or constantly seek approval from others. Instead, they move through life with a quiet assurance that everything will work out. That's the kind of confidence that's truly attractive, because it's rooted in emotional security. How do you cultivate this kind of confidence? It starts with self-awareness. Take the time to get to know yourself, your strengths, your weaknesses, your fears, and your desires. When you understand who you are, you stop seeking validation from others. You stop worrying about what people think because you're secure in your own identity. And that kind of self-assurance is magnetic. The power of authenticity. Be yourself, not who you think they want. In a world full of people trying to be what they think others want, authenticity is rare, and rare is attractive. How many times have you tried to change yourself to fit what you thought someone wanted? Maybe you acted a certain way, dressed differently, or pretended to like things you didn't, all in an effort to impress someone. But here's the thing, trying to be someone you're not is exhausting, and eventually the mask will slip. And when it does, the connection you've built on false pretenses will crumble. The truth is, the most attractive thing you can be is yourself. It might sound cliché, but it's true. Authenticity is rare, and in a world where so many people are putting on facades, being real sets you apart. When you're authentic, you give the other person permission to be themselves too. You create a space where both of you can be open, vulnerable, and real. And that's where true connection happens. Ask yourself, am I showing up as my authentic self in my relationships? Or am I trying to be what I think they want me to be? If you're not being authentic, it's time to let go of the act. Stop worrying about whether you're saying the right thing or doing what's expected of you. Instead, focus on being true to yourself. When you're authentic, you attract people who appreciate you for who you really are. Finding the right words, communication that connects. Ever felt like you were talking to a wall? Effective communication is the bridge that connects two people, but it requires intention and emotional awareness. Communication is more than just exchanging words. It's about creating a connection. To foster attraction and build a relationship, it's crucial to communicate effectively. But how do you do that? It begins with active listening and understanding the emotional undercurrents of a conversation. Active listening means being fully present when someone is speaking. Instead of thinking about what you're going to say next, focus entirely on what the other person is expressing. Notice their tone, their body language, and the emotions behind their words. This level of attention shows that you value their thoughts and feelings, which naturally draws them closer to you. Moreover, effective communication is also about asking open-ended questions. Rather than simply saying, "How was your day?" consider asking, "What was the best part of your day?" Or "Did anything surprise you today?" This approach encourages deeper conversations, allowing you to connect on a more meaningful level. You're inviting them to share their experiences, thoughts, and feelings, which creates intimacy and builds emotional connections. In addition to asking questions, share your thoughts and feelings honestly. Vulnerability in communication is incredibly powerful. When you open up about your own experiences, fears, and desires, you create a safe space for the other person to do the same. This mutual vulnerability is the bedrock of emotional intimacy and connection. Ask yourself, am I truly listening when someone speaks, or am I just waiting for my turn to talk? How can I communicate in a way that fosters deeper connections? Reflecting on these questions can help you enhance your communication skills and strengthen your relationships. Emotional intelligence, the secret sauce of connection. What if I told you that the ability to read and respond to emotions is more important than anything else when it comes to attracting love? Welcome to the world of emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence, EI, is the ability to understand and manage your emotions and the emotions of others. It plays a crucial role in building strong relationships. People with high EI can navigate social complexities, understand emotional dynamics, and build rapport with others. This skill set is incredibly attractive, as it shows that you're not just aware of your own feelings, but also empathetic to the feelings of those around you. So how do you cultivate emotional intelligence? Start by paying attention to your emotional responses. When something triggers you, whether it's a compliment, criticism, or a challenging situation, take a moment to reflect on why you feel that way. What emotions are coming up for you, and why? Understanding your own emotions helps you regulate them better, preventing them from controlling your reactions. Next, practice empathy. When someone shares their feelings with you, try to put yourself in their shoes. How would you feel in their situation? This practice not only deepens your understanding of others, but also builds trust. People feel more connected to those who can empathize with their experiences and emotions. Another important aspect of emotional intelligence is self-regulation. It's natural to have emotional reactions, but how you respond to them is what matters. Instead of reacting impulsively, whether it's lashing out in anger or shutting down in fear, practice taking a step back. Pause, breathe, and respond thoughtfully. This shows maturity and emotional strength, which are incredibly attractive traits. As you think about emotional intelligence, consider, how well do I understand my emotions? How do I respond to the emotions of others? By working on these aspects, you can significantly enhance your ability to connect with others on a deeper level. Building trust, the foundation of lasting relationships. What's the secret ingredient to lasting love? Trust. Without it, relationships struggle to survive. Trust is the cornerstone of any meaningful relationship. Without it, everything else falls apart. You can have attraction, chemistry, and emotional connection, but if there's no trust, the relationship will never thrive. So how do you build and maintain trust? The first step is consistency. Show up for the other person and be reliable in your words and actions. If you say you're going to do something, follow through. This builds confidence in your partner that they can rely on you, which is crucial for fostering trust. Another important aspect of building trust is transparency. Be open and honest about your feelings, intentions, and experiences. This doesn't mean oversharing or divulging everything all at once, but rather being forthcoming about your thoughts and emotions as the relationship progresses. Transparency creates a safe environment where both partners feel comfortable being vulnerable. Additionally, it's essential to create an atmosphere of non-judgment. When your partner shares something personal, listen without judgment. Avoid criticizing or belittling their feelings, as this can erode trust and create emotional barriers. Instead, validate their experiences and let them know that their feelings are important to you. Trust also requires patience. Building trust takes time, especially if there have been past hurts or betrayals. Be patient with yourself and your partner as you navigate the complexities of trust building. It's a gradual process, but the rewards are worth it. Reflect on this. Am I doing enough to build trust in my relationships? How can I be more consistent and transparent? By focusing on trust, you create a strong foundation for lasting love, creating moments of connection. The little things matter. Have you ever heard the saying, "It's the little things that count"? When it comes to love, this couldn't be more accurate. In the whirlwind of dating and relationships, it's easy to overlook the small moments that create lasting memories. These little gestures and shared experiences often hold the key to deepening your connection with someone. Start by being intentional about creating quality time together. Whether it's planning a special date, cooking a meal together, or simply going for a walk, these moments allow you to connect on a deeper level. Turn off your phones, eliminate distractions, and focus on being present with each other. It's in these shared experiences that you build emotional intimacy. Consider the power of small gestures, too. A heartfelt text message, a handwritten note, or a surprise coffee delivery can go a long way in showing your partner that you care. These thoughtful actions demonstrate that you're thinking of them, and they help create a sense of security and appreciation in the relationship. Additionally, don't underestimate the importance of shared rituals. These can be as simple as having a weekly movie night, taking a daily walk together, or sharing a specific greeting that's unique to your relationship. These rituals create a sense of belonging and connection, solidifying your bond over time. Finally, always express gratitude. Let your partner know what you appreciate about them and the little things they do. A simple thank you can make a world of difference, reinforcing positive feelings and creating a nurturing environment for love to grow. Ask yourself, am I taking the time to create meaningful moments in my relationships? What small gestures can I implement to show my partner I care? By prioritizing these connections, you'll strengthen the bond you share. The importance of boundaries, protecting your heart. Have you ever felt overwhelmed or drained in a relationship? It might be time to reassess your boundaries. Boundaries are essential for maintaining a healthy relationship. They define what is acceptable behavior and help protect your emotional well-being. Without clear boundaries, you risk losing yourself in the relationship, which can lead to resentment and frustration. Start by identifying what your boundaries are. Consider your emotional, physical, and time boundaries. What are the non-negotiables for you? It could be needing alone time to recharge, being treated with respect, or having space to pursue your own interests. Once you know your boundaries, communicate them clearly to your partner. Setting boundaries is not about building walls. It's about creating a safe space for both of you. It shows that you value yourself and your needs, and it encourages your partner to do the same. Remember, healthy relationships thrive on mutual respect and understanding. Additionally, be prepared to enforce your boundaries. It's one thing to set them, but it's another to uphold them. If someone crosses a boundary, address it calmly and assertively. This might feel uncomfortable at first, but it's essential for maintaining your emotional health and ensuring a balanced relationship. Finally, respect your partner's boundaries as well. Just as you have your own needs, so do they. By honoring their boundaries, you foster a culture of trust and respect, which is crucial for any healthy relationship. Reflect on this. Am I clear about my boundaries in relationships? How can I communicate them effectively? By prioritizing boundaries, you create a stronger foundation for lasting love. The journey to self-discovery, becoming your best self. What does it mean to love someone else? It starts with loving yourself. Are you on a journey of self-discovery? Before you can truly love someone else, you must first love yourself. Self-discovery is an ongoing process that involves understanding your values, passions, and desires. It's about exploring who you are and what you want out of life and relationships. Take the time to reflect on what makes you happy. What are your passions? What brings you joy? When you engage in activities that fulfill you, you cultivate a sense of self-worth that radiates outward. This sense of fulfillment makes you more attractive to others because you're not seeking validation from them. Instead, you're bringing your own happiness to the table. Additionally, self-discovery requires honesty. Be honest with yourself about your strengths and weaknesses. What are your fears? What are the patterns in your past relationships? Understanding these aspects of yourself can help you break free from negative cycles and make more intentional choices in your love life. Conclusion: embrace love with confidence. In the intricate dance of relationships, there are no guarantees, but by understanding the nuances of attraction and connection, you can set yourself up for success. Remember, it all begins with you. Mastering self-awareness, emotional availability, and authenticity creates a strong foundation for any relationship. When you prioritize these elements, you not only enhance your attractiveness, but also foster deeper connections with those around you. As you embark on this journey of love, remember that the path may have its challenges. Embrace each experience as a learning opportunity, and don't shy away from vulnerability. By staying true to yourself and prioritizing emotional connection, you will attract the love you desire. Are you ready to take charge of your love life? Start by reflecting on these principles and implementing them in your daily interactions. Share your journey with friends or in the comments below. What steps are you taking to enhance your relationships? Remember, love is not just about finding the right person. It's about becoming the right person for yourself and those around you. Embrace this journey and watch as love blossoms in your life. Don't forget to subscribe and share your thoughts. What are the challenges you face in your love life? Let's continue this conversation and grow together.